India, home to more than 1.4 billion people, stretching across nearly 3 million square kilometers. A land where time has left its mark in stone, script, and song. From the earliest humans to modern democracy, this is the story of India. The cradle of civilizations, the birthplace of ideas, and the soul of South Asia, long before the pyramids rose in Egypt. And while Mesopotamia was still finding its voice, a mighty civilization was taking shape in the northwest of the Indian subcontinent, the Indus Valley Civilization. Between 3300 and 1300 BCE, cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro flourished. They had grid-planned streets, drainage systems, standardized weights, and intricate seals. This was not a land of kings and empires, but of merchants, artisans, and builders. A people advanced beyond their time, but by 1900 BCE, the cities began to decline. The reasons remain debated: climate change, shifting rivers, or something else entirely. Yet even in disappearance, the spirit of this ancient culture lived on. From the ashes of the Indus rose a new chapter, the Vedic age. Around 1500 BCE, Indo-Aryan tribes arrived, bringing with them the Sanskrit language and the Vedas, texts of ritual, philosophy, and poetry. Society became stratified. Rituals grew elaborate. The foundations of Hindu thought were laid: dharma, karma, the cycle of birth and rebirth. Kingdoms emerged from clans. From these roots, India's political and spiritual traditions would grow for centuries to come. By the 6th century BCE, northern India had become a land of cities, wealth, and unrest. In this time of turmoil, to profound spiritual paths emerged Jainism and Buddhism. Mahavira and the Buddha both rejected ritual sacrifice and caste divisions. They taught inner discipline, non-violence, and compassion. Their voices spoke not just to kings, but to the common man. These ideas would transcend borders, reaching from the Himalayas to the islands of Japan. In 321 BCE, a young leader named Chandragupta Maurya seized power and founded India's first empire. The Mauryan Empire stretched from Bengal to Afghanistan. But it was his grandson, Ashoka the Great, who left the deepest mark. After the brutal Kalinga War, Ashoka turned to Buddhism, renouncing violence. He sent missionaries across Asia, carved his principles on pillars of stone, and ruled with a vision of dharma and justice. It was one of history's most remarkable transformations from conqueror to enlightened ruler. Centuries later, the Gupta Empire rose in northern India and ushered in a golden age. From the 4th to 6th centuries CE, India became a beacon of art, science, and literature. The decimal system, the concept of zero, and advances in astronomy emerged. Sanskrit drama flourished, temples and cave art adorned the land. It was a time when India taught the world to think, to count, and to dream. The fall of the Guptas led to fragmentation. India became a mosaic of kingdoms and dynasties, each unique, each resilient. From the powerful Cholas in the south, who sent fleets to Southeast Asia, to the Rajput clans in the north, known for their valor and resistance. But India was not isolated. Invaders came: the Huns, Arabs, Turks, leaving marks on culture, warfare, and faith. Despite chaos, Indian civilization endured, shifting, absorbing, transforming. In 1206, the Delhi Sultanate was established, ushering centuries of Muslim rule. New ideas, languages, and architecture flowed into the subcontinent. Then, in 1526, Babur defeated the Delhi Sultan and founded the Mughal Empire. Under emperors like Akbar, Jahangir, and Shah Jahan, the empire reached dazzling heights. Akbar promoted religious harmony. Shah Jahan built the Taj Mahal. Art, poetry, and gardens bloomed. For nearly 300 years, the mughals shaped Indian identity deeply and permanently. As the mughals weakened, Europeans arrived. What began with trade turned into conquest. The British East India Company grew rich and ruthless. In 1757, it seized Bengal. By the 1800s, it controlled most of India. In 1857, The Indian rebellion erupted, a cry against colonial cruelty. Though suppressed, it changed everything. The British Crown took direct control, beginning the era known as the British Raj. Railways, English education, and modern laws came, but so did famine, exploitation, and division. India's soul stirred again in the 20th century. Mahatma Gandhi rose with a message of non-violence. Marches, boycotts, and hunger strikes became tools of revolution. Jawaharlal Nehru dreamed of a democratic India. Ambedkar fought for equality. Subhash Chandra Bose called for armed struggle. After decades of resistance, freedom came. On August 15, 1947, India awoke as an independent nation. But freedom was born with pain. Partition divided India and Pakistan. Millions were displaced. Countless lives were lost. A wound that still echoes through generations. India emerged as the world's largest democracy. Its constitution enshrined equality, liberty, and secularism. It faced wars, poverty, and political turmoil, but kept moving forward. India built satellites, sent missions to the Moon and Mars, and became a global tech hub. It preserved its traditions while embracing the future. Its people, diverse, resilient, and proud, formed the fabric of its success. From Gandhi to Kalam, from village to metropolis, India walks the tightrope between past and progress. India is ancient, but never still. She is broken yet never defeated. She is one nation, made of 1,000 stories. Her spirit survives in every prayer, every market, every melody. This is not just the history of a country. This is the history of a civilization alive, evolving, and eternal. This is India. Thank you for listening. See you to next episode.